Arun Raghavan from Skin Doctor. So Arun, you can please share your screen.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I think it should be visible. My voice should be audible. Can I proceed?
Yes, it's clear enough. Thank you.
All right. So thanks. My name is Arun. I'm one of the co-founders of eSkin Doctor. Just quickly putting up the screen for team slides. This is the core team. We are pretty experienced guys. Myself and Naveen come from the IT space. I specifically come with an advanced analytics background. Naveen's part of the digital space again. He's led large companies, he's led large teams, and been on the technology services and consulting side. Andy is a marketing guru of our team. He's a successful entrepreneur himself. He recently got his exit after running a company for about 10 years. And on the medical side, which is from a skin doctor's perspective, we have Dr. Rajiv Goyal, who's about 17 years of experience in the healthcare space. So, what problem are we trying to target? Essentially, along with mental health, which we had an earlier startup talk about it, Dheeraj. Skin issue is one of the most nascent opportunity available in terms of impact. Uh, so there is a high incident rate, and this is not just a developing versus a developed problem. It is a global problem. At a very crude level, 1 out of 4 people typically go through some skin issues in their lifetime, and the problem is recurring. Or 30 to 40% in some estimates, as per research, tells us that it's a chronic issue. What that means is you will continue to get it again and again. Uh, Most of the cases are difficult to manage. So they did tend to go away. It needs treatment, and it needs prolonged treatment. On the supply side, there is an obvious gap, because this is an India number. The number that is 5 there, that we've got about only 5 dermatologists per million, and the unfortunate bias that it will be more skewed towards the cities. So rural and tier 2, tier 3 populations have an immense accessibility problem. Uh, and because of this problem, people tend to either go to the next available alternative, which is either a GP or an RMP. Uh, Unfortunately, the accuracy, according to many research, is extremely poor, ranging from 25 to 70%. Essentially, they're just giving you a standard medicine for any problem. And there are about 200 to 300 different categories of skin issues which need different treatment plans. So the accuracy, and therefore the treatment options, and the efficacy of it is extremely poor. And last of all, from a money perspective, from an affordability perspective, we've got a significant problem, because this is 700 to 1500 rupees is still unaffordable for most people. So from an opportunity side, there is immense availability, but there are multiple issues to be tackled from both supply and demand side. So what is eSkin Doctor all about? It's trying to democratize this whole space, both on the supply and demand side, using artificial intelligence and technology. So what we're trying to do is to personalize it, where you can sit at home and get yourself diagnosed. Interestingly, dermatology is a very amenable problem for a online solution. Uh, Looking at a photograph, a dermatologist is able to pretty much diagnose the problem. So the question remains is in terms of how to connect, and where is the right marketplace to put it. So what does eSkin Doctor in terms of its novelty factor? There is obvious first mover advantages. It's still quite nascent globally. AI-based teledermatology solutions. On the affordability side, because of the way we've set up the process from an asynchronous setup, and we'll talk about it a bit more if time permits, the doctor efficiency side is extremely, well taken care of. So from what they take about 30 to 40 minutes today, we could in our platform get it resolved in about 5 to 10 minutes. That's basically because you pile up all the patients together, and the doctors are able to assess them when they're free. Accuracy is obvious, because the more data we get, the more accurate we will be. And on the knowledge side, if we could get to an RMP also with our platform, they will be able to utilize this knowledge base and be able to give point of care. So there is a lot of possibilities there also. It's a very simple process. It's a fully online website-driven module. You can just get onto the website like a Google, put your image in, answer just a few questions, and get your answers. And then thereby connect to a dermatologist, go through the treatment plans. There are various product lines that we have. and we certify that we will get back your diagnosis and prescription within 24 hours. Some quick comparator analysis. I don't want to get into this too much because of lack of time, and I want to end early so that I get more questions. Our journey till now has been reasonably satisfying and quick. We've started about 12 months ago, and we completed our POC in about 6 months. The first week of our launch, we had 700 customers, not paying, people who come to our websites, and we saw the demand gap that is available. People really need this, especially in tier 2, tier 3 across India. We launched it. It was superb. We built our team up. We got a term sheet signed from another incubator called Triple ITH, and then Ginserve happened. Our MVP launched a month ago, and we've got some numbers to show here. Nice upward-looking trajectories. We'll come to this if time permits again, but we're getting decent traction with little monies that we are spending right now based on our available funds, and we're looking to raise in about 3 to 4 months for our next stage, which is on these lines that we need from a product, go-to-market, clinical validation, regulatory perspective. There are certain outcomes and go-to-market strategies that we built up, and we'll talk about that soon or later if people want to reach out. I'm going to pause here and sort of stop. So Bharat and team, Binoy, I'm open to questions at this stage. I'd really like to get feedback from people. So, thank you.
Thank you, Arun. So I would request, please, yeah.
Binoy, this is Arun. This is Dr. Sanjay. So in terms of the competition, have you looked at competition within India? Because I know a couple of companies who have been into enabling AI for the skin itself in Delhi, in Bangalore, and a couple of them.
Correct.
So how do you differentiate yourselves from them?
So it's a great question, Dr. Sanjay. Thank you for that. There is this category that we created. We've looked at it across. So we've looked at Indian guys and we've looked abroad. Obviously, our initial plan is all India in terms of setting up the product market fit, which is for this year. But globally also, there are very few players available on the teledermatology side. So, a couple of Indian ones are the Tybot and Dermaid. These are, been entrenched in the market for at least 3-year perspective. Dermaid is a very B2B kind of solution specifically targeted to hospitals. Tybot is more aligned to what we do. So from a differentiation perspective with Tybot, the coverage matters. Tybot has very limited coverage in terms of what skin diseases they cover right now, and what we are trying to do is have a little more breadth in terms of about 80 odd diseases that we look at immediately. So we're scaling up from that perspective. I think otherwise there are certain nuances to what a Tybot versus eSkin Doctor does. So, but there are more players, but none of them are scaling up. They've been around for 3-4 years and they've been not moving up at all. So,
okay. And in terms of the AI accuracy, where have you reached?
So there is a slide somewhere here. I'll come to it, but our test data is we're showing good numbers for the top quartile, around 80%. Both sensitivity and specificity. So and as you can understand, we're getting almost 3,000 images a month now. So we'll scale up quickly, at least on the diseases that we're getting. For the ones which we don't get, we've already tied up with hospital chains like Malla Reddy and so on and so forth. So we're also talking to district collectors to see if we can reach out to some areas where we get all types of diseases. So we can annotate them and put them back into our model and get to that 85-90% accuracy, which gets us through a clinical validation phase.
Okay.
Hi, Arun. This is Joanne. How are you?
Hi, Joanne. How are you?
Good. So I wanted to ask you about the annotation. What's your workflow for annotation currently?
When you say workflow, it's all really manual at this stage. I haven't set up a full system where it flows automatically to a doctor or a doctor panel and then gets annotated. So right now, because I have like about 150 images a day, I simply have to get someone in my team to send half an hour, 1 hour to sit through a doctor and annotate them. There are lots of open source, codes available where you could do this. I think it's very, and there are solutions offered by platforms like GCP and AWS also, which help you annotate at a very low price. For now, we're doing it manually. Simple answer.
But how are you making sure that the annotations are accurate? I guess that's where I was coming from.
So, like we got a doctor panel. So the ideal way that it's done is you get a panel of doctors, get them blind in terms of each other, and let them annotate. So you replicate what a doctor would have done without the AI model and see if it works, right? And with 3 to 4 people in the panel, that's our benchmark strategy. So I have just one for now due to lack of funds, but we will expand that to a 3-panel doctor soon.
And is there any backing up of the annotations with histopathology?
Pathology work, not yet. There is a possibility to do it with subsets of diseases which have clear pathological indicators. We've not yet started on those. We haven't because this is a very online model. I cannot really touch them physically for a pathology examination to happen. So I've got to work out the flow for that. We are in discussions with, I've recently got one guy on the clinical validation side, Gautam, who is onboarding with us soon. He's going to run that run point on getting pathological evaluation done and then clinically validating our product.
Makes sense. Okay, one last question. Your ask, I wasn't quite clear on what your ask is.
Sure. So, basically 3 pillars. On the product side, I've got about, from a 5 CR ask INR, approximately 700 to 800K USD. I'm looking at some level of product work that needs to happen. So that continues. On the go-to-market side, there is about 40% allocation for your digital marketing contents and SEOs and so on and so forth, along with your people ask also there on the marketing side, and about 15 to 20% on clinical validations, which will happen through tie-ups with hospitals and clinical trial planning and people effort there. Is this the question or?
Yes, perfect.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Arun. So thank you so much for your presentation.
No worries. Thanks for the question.
Yeah. So